We are not here as political party. We are not here representing individuals. As a nation, things have to work in that nation.
Sowore is harmless to the government. He did not employ resolution. He said his own revolution that is pushing is a revolution without war.
It's okay.
We don't intend to take his time.
It's okay.
5 minutes of his time is okay for us.
It's your ambassador. You're not taking his time. If it means spending the whole day addressing you, you will do that. Okay, fine. I'll go back and convey your message to
Thank you.
Please.
What you call take it back movement. And you said you want this to be sent to the President of Nigeria. I give you that commitment that I will take this, and I have taken it, and we will pass it back to Nigeria. And remember that you are in a foreign land. You are not in Nigeria, you are in South Africa, and you live with the South Africans here. For me, I'm just an official ambassador of Nigeria to this country. But you, for me, you are almost what I could say the true ambassadors of this country, because you live with the grassroots, the people here. What you do, if you tarnish the image of Nigeria, or if you do good, South Africans will say that yes, these are the Nigerians.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights.
Fellow Nigerians, we are here to protest the arrest of Omoyele Sowore. We are demanding the unconditional release of Omoyele Sowore, which should be followed by detailed apology, because this guy has done nothing wrong. We are protesting that he should be released now with immediate effect, yes, because we are doing revolution without ammunition. Before he gets to ammunition, they must release him now. We are demanding that the value of an average Nigerian in diaspora and in Nigeria must be increased. We are demanding that we want democracy, not meritocracy. We want a better Nigeria. Yes. So we want a stop to police brutality in Nigeria. That is why we are here. And we want the consulate to come outside and the High Commissioner to come, and we want him to address us on this. So let's just continue our solidarity song.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our
I'm in Nigeria, yes, right now. I'm not in South Africa. This is Nigeria.
They are supposed to come and attend to us.
They need to come and address us.
Why are they not coming? Whatever they are doing, they should leave it.
People sure
let him talk. Please, let him talk. I don't like the way you are copying him. Let him talk.
About business, whoever they are having meetings.
Whoever come outside and address us.
Send someone to come and address us.
I'm listening to you and this guy.
Yeah, please. If we are having a meeting with any union worker, let them delegate someone to come and address the people outside.
We have been here for over 30 minutes now.
I want to.
It's okay. We are waiting for you.
They just called us a few minutes ago.
Okay.
They said, just tell them we sent someone.
Okay, fine.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights.
I'm a Nigerian, 100% Nigerian, who is residing here in South Africa. We are here at the Nigerian High Commission to voice our concern to the injustice that is happening in Nigeria, the intolerance, the violence in Nigeria. We have a country where nothing is working and nothing is being done about it. And now when the concerned citizens decide to say, no, we are tired of this situation, all they did is to keep arresting us. They arrested Omoyele Sowore. In fact, I don't see that as an arrest. They went and kidnapped him by our own security service. The people wanted to protest their concern. It is their right to protest when they see the government is not working. What happened yesterday, they were being tear gassed, they were being shot at, they were being brutalized, they were arrested. Now we are here to voice out our concern that this injustice that is happening in Nigeria, it is unacceptable. So much insecurity in Nigeria. Now they term it as terrorism, as treason, or whatever they want to call it. But yet we have a country where we have Boko Haram harassing people, killing people, kidnapped people, and nothing was done about it. Police did nothing. Herdsmen are killing people. They know where they are. Nothing is being done about it. You can't move freely in Nigeria. Recently, I traveled to Nigeria. The fear they put in my mind was, no, if you go through already, you are on your own. The risk is too much. And that is a country where we have a president who does not care for the concern for the citizens. It is unacceptable. Enough is enough. They have to stop all this. There is no electricity, there is no road, there is no job, nothing. People are suffering.
In a nutshell, sir, what do you think is the solution to this?
You see, the solution, fine, we have a democratically elected government. They are to do what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to have the interests of the masses at heart. They are there to represent us. They are there to serve us, not the other way around. In Nigeria, Nigeria is only one country you see. Police will slap you, you can't do anything. And we have leaders. They go there, all they do is just to sit in their house and start sharing money all the time, stealing money. They don't have the heart of the masses.
The revolution now, the hashtag revolution now. What is your take about it? Do you believe in the revolution now?
You see, they said when good persuasion fails, terrorism takes place. It's a natural law. People are tired. That is why they are voicing out. We are pushed. We are tired. We can no longer sit down and watch it's still happening the way it is. There have to be a change. If Buhari is still the president, but let it run the country smoothly. Let it address everybody equally. That is what we are fighting. We are not fighting for any man to say, okay, you are go and stay in the power. We are not here as political party. We are not here representing individuals. As a nation, things have to work in that nation.
We have simply come here to fight for our rights as Nigerians. Nigerians who want a better future for our youths. The current Nigeria we are is a military junta in disguise. We do not have freedom of expression. We cannot express our feelings. We cannot demand for our rights without police brutality. So the reason why we are here is to demand the release of Sowore immediately, as well as our other comrades that have been arrested and held captive. We demand that they be released with immediate effect. This is a very cowardly act from our government to make sure that they quiet or they shut the mouths of our youths. This is unacceptable because we live in a developed society and we are in the 21st century. So it is unheard of in a democracy that you arrest people, you intimidate them, and you brutalize them. People who have no arms. They are not armed, they are not holding any dangerous equipment, and then you are holding them and arresting them and brutalizing them. So therefore, we are passing this message across to the federal government of Nigeria under the Buhari administration that you free our youth now. Free Sowore now. That is our message across to you. And ensure that you implement your promise of the minimum wage. No more wastage of our resources.
In the advent of Sowore being arrested, and according to the reason, they said Sowore has constituted an act of treason. In your own opinion, what do you have to say about this?
I do not agree with that. Sowore men, because our government is deaf, they are deafened to the pleas and the request and the demand of the youth. So the only language they understand is a little bit of noise. Sowore is harmless to the government. He did not employ resolution. He said his own revolution that is pushing is a revolution without war. A revolution without arms, a revolution asking for the demand and the rights of the Nigerian youth.
On the final note, the hashtag revolution now, what do you believe about that?
Nigeria at the level we are now, we need intellectual revolution. Because we need a total overhaul of our system. The whole system is a breakdown, is a mess, is in a dilapidated state that cannot be reconciled. So therefore, even the election we had was selection. So therefore, we demand democracy.
We, the Nigerian youth in the Federal Republic of South Africa, we have all heard what is happening in our great country, Nigeria. And we, the youth of Nigeria and in South Africa, we have come out to the South African Embassy in Nigeria that we are tired of enough is enough. That Nigeria must be free from the oppressors. We are tired, enough is enough. Yeah, the revolution we are talking about now, sincerely speaking, Nigeria needs it. We need it now, at this right time, because Nigeria is getting worse every day. And we are the youth of Nigeria, we are the future of tomorrow. We can't just stand and be looking, and everything is getting worse every day. So revolution is needed in Nigeria at this present time.
Inside? No, we are protesting here. We don't need a meeting. We want to give the communique. We must come outside here.
One house. So you meet with your leaders and then come out and address you.
No. We want him here. We don't need any meeting.
Yes.
We don't need to present our communications for him. He's here because of us.
Hello, sir. Okay, now, my brother. Hey.
We are not violent. We are not destroying anything.
Yes.
How long will they take before they will come out? We've been here for more than 1 hour.
Yes.
He's actually having a meeting now. Let's see if he can cut the short to come on.
5 minutes. It's not going to be more than 5 minutes.
That should not be an issue.
Yes, thank you, sir.
It's okay.
And collect the communique, it will get to the ambassador. You will send the ambassador come out and collect.
Kagani Abu Dana yin kamar Nigeria.
Yes.
Kaga the president wa da ana cewa oh menene sunan shi nan dan baban nan daga Kano ko daga Arewa ne. Ana yi iskanci Abu. Kasta Allah ka da annabi. Leave Sowore alone. Kada Allah ka da annabi baba. Ba on sunan kamar wane ne? Ka cewa sunan ka Buhari ne. Buhari kada Allah kada annabi na rasa da ubangiji can leave Sowore alone, leave Sowore alone dan baba wallahi ka gani abinci ba abinci da Nigeria ba makaranta da Nigeria ba aiki daga can Nigeria kaman kana cewa kai dan baba president ana kashe mutum sosai kullum wallahi mun taya ba
Sorry. That's okay.
Well, I don't know.
Very scary.
Are you asking me to speak or the coordinator?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are you talking about?
Kada Allah kada annabi. Ka sa Sowore Allah. Sai Sowore
If you have any complaint that you have, let me have it. I will take it. You are Nigerians, aren't you Nigerians?
Yes, sir. We
It's
are.
not your house.
It's our house. So you must attend to us, sir.
And I am attending to you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate your coming.
We appreciate your coming.
Honorable
So what do
Ambassador,
you want me to do with this?
we want this to get to the presidency under the leadership of Muhammad Buhari.
Sure.
We, the concerned Nigerians residents in South Africa, are so bitter. Our hearts are torn to pieces based on the bad governance that is happening in our country, Nigeria. Most of us have lost some of our relatives during the killings, kidnapping, and the issue of the headsmen. Also, our convener, in the person of Omoyele Sowore, was also abducted and in the custody of the DSS. So, as well as other comrades who have been arrested yesterday when they were organizing a peaceful protest back home, we believe that we are under democracy, and in democracy there should be freedom of expression. So if there is bad governance and the environment is no longer conducive for the citizens, we have a right to express our displeasure to the government, and we expect the government in return to give attention to the citizens. So as Nigerians resident in South Africa, we are moved to come to you as our father and representative here to pass our message across back home that we are bitter and we are not happy with the situation that is going on in Nigeria. Also here in South Africa, our brothers and sisters are being killed. There's so much things that is going wrong. People are no longer safe. These are issues that our government needs to intervene. They need to look at this. They need to investigate the perpetrators of these evil acts, so that at the end of the day, we all are breadwinners here. We will not die before our time. So this opportunity, we are passing this message across to you, and we are asking that there should be immediate release of Omoyele Sowore, as well as our other comrades that have been abducted and under the custody of the DSS. Thank you very much.
Well, what I have to say is I thank you very much for coming, and I have received what you call take it back movement. And you said you want this to be sent to the President of Nigeria. I give you that commitment that I will take this, and I have taken it, and we will pass it back to Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
that I will do as representative of the President. I'll pass it on. But let me tell you one thing. Like you said that the government has a duty and the right to allow people to do peaceful demonstration. I want you to do so here. Demonstrate, but peacefully, and say what you want to say. But do it peacefully. And remember that you are in a foreign land. You are not in Nigeria, you are in South Africa, and you live with the South Africans here. For me, I'm just an official ambassador of Nigeria to this country. But you, for me, you are almost what I could say the true ambassadors of this country, because you live with the grassroots, the people here.
That is good. That's right.
What you do, if you tarnish the image of Nigeria, or if you do good, South Africans will say that yes, these are the Nigerians. These are the people that we interact with. As much as the fact that Nigeria government or the Nigerian state has a responsibility to its own citizens, the citizens also have a duty, especially when they are outside the country. When they are outside the shores of Nigeria, they have a duty, constitutional duty, to promote and to enhance the power of that country the good name of that country and the prestige of that country. That is the duty of each and every Nigerian, not only me, but all Nigerians, whether at home or abroad, they have that responsibility. It is a constitutional duty. If you have not read the Constitution, go and read it. The state has a responsibility to you, and you also have a responsibility to that state. You would think that perhaps maybe it's only the government that must do this, but how could it be done without the support of the citizens? There is no way government will achieve its own objectives of making your life better, making my life better, making the lives of our future generations better if we don't cooperate, and also to do it peacefully, cogently, and to put forward what it is that is our vision for that country. You have spoken about Nigerians being killed here. Yes, it's a concern to me, and I believe it's a concern to Nigeria. And I believe it's a concern to the state that we call Nigeria. Yesterday, I was in the outskirts of Johannesburg. Someone was killed about 2 days ago. Investigation is ongoing. And we know anywhere, whether in Nigeria, in South Africa, in the US, Nepal, Syria, anywhere, investigations take time. But sometimes we want immediate answers. I have gone to that place in order to commiserate, condole the family, and to assure them that yes, as representatives of Nigeria, we will do everything possible. We will do everything possible to make sure that the safety and the security of lives and property of Nigerians are protected here. But I tell you, if you, Nigerians that are living here, you don't support me, or you don't respect yourselves by doing only things that are legitimate, only things that are legitimate in this country, then you are not supporting me. You are in fact undermining me, and you are in fact undermining Nigeria. So long as you don't do legitimate things here. I'm not saying that, yes, there are no Nigerians who are doing legitimate things. Nigerians, a lot of them are doing legitimate things here.
Thank you, sir.
A lot of them are doing legitimate things. But I've been told that what is news today is maybe what I'm trying to cover up. Anything that you want to cover up, you don't want the public to know, perhaps that is what is news. And the rest, they say, is advertisement. You are just trying to launder your image and the rest of them. That is what is going out there. Negative things. But there are very good things that Nigerians are doing here. And they are not maybe appreciated, they are not recognized, because the world won't hear negative things. So I implore you who are in this movement and any other movement that want to see anything in Nigeria, do it as peaceful as possible. And don't forget your duty to that country. That country owes you a duty to project its own power, to enhance its power, prestige, and the good name. I sat here in a meeting where I was told to my face that 10 major crimes that are being committed in this country are committed by Nigerians. Name it, if it is drugs, if it is prostitution, name it, 10 of them murders. And some of the murders that are being committed here, Nigerians are the ones killing themselves. It's a fact, it is there. It gives me great pains to sit behind the Nigerian flag and somebody is telling me that, yes, this is what your countrymen are doing. So help me to turn this around. help me to turn this around so that I can raise my head high and shoulder high here that I represent a great country. That yes, that country is something to carry its flag. But what I see some of my people doing here does not give me that courage and that power and that zeal to raise my head high. Because we have evidence that yes, some are killing themselves because of maybe control of the market for drugs. Some are into cultism, some are into occult powers and all the rest of them. This is a fact. So let us not forget this. As much as possible, let us remember that that country is for us to make or to mar. But as people from that country, we should all do what will make it, not what will break it. Not what will break or mar that country. That country has great potentials. That country has great potentials. Maybe we don't know about it. And for me, we keep saying we want to have the integration of Africa. Trade. Tell me, if we want to do that, do you think that the relationship between Nigeria and South Africa is not indispensable or is indispensable? Relation between Nigeria and South Africa, for us to have this integration, is completely indispensable. We have to make it, because I was told South Africa, Nigeria, Egypt, between these three countries, we control 50% of the African GDP. Now, if we do anything that will jeopardize the relationship between Nigeria and South Africa, what are we doing? Our constitution gave us the power and the objective to promote African integration. And whoever is against the relationship between Nigeria and South Africa, I don't think he means well for Africa. And that is why he doesn't mean well for Africa if you're doing anything, whether as collective or as an individual, that will jeopardize this relationship. I think you don't mean well for this continent. This, I say, I solemnly affirm.
Sir, I would advise that the South African police get to work and make sure that any perpetrator of evil acts, irrespective of their nationality, because crime does not know nationality, it is only personality. So any individual who is found wanting must face the law. We are standing in support of the South African government, that they must investigate every crime that is committed on this land, and we will be willing to support every judgment passed, whoever is at fault. So on a final note, sir, we demand that the federal government release Omoyele, Sowore, and our comrades.
Well, if that is what is in the content of the letter you gave to me, I say I have taken it and I will pass it on. I will pass it on, and whatever the government decides to do, that is what it will do. But what you have given me, I have taken, and I will also pass it on to them. And I tell you, in my interaction with the officials of government here, I always say, yes, we recognize that, yes, we would not want the South African to go to Nigeria and violate our laws. We will not accept that. And as much as reciprocity is the foundation of diplomacy, we will also not accept a situation where a Nigerian will also violate the laws of South Africa. And we will always insist that the rule of law must prevail If you are an accused person and you are a Nigerian here, we will insist that let the rule of law prevail. Now, yes, even if you are an accused person for a crime, you have a right that must be observed, whether here, in Nigeria, or anywhere else. And this is what we will insist. And in my interaction with the government here, that's what I say. If you have any Nigerian that commits crime in this country, arrest him. You have the right to arrest him, and you have the right to take him to court. You have to charge him, and you have also the right to jail him and take him. If he is convicted and he is found to be guilty under a process that is fair, transparent, and justifiable. That I say. I say to them, and I can say it anywhere. So I thank you so much. And I take what you have said, we'll pass it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you.